So let's talk about your new single, Shut Up, I Love You. What kind of song is this?
Ooh. When they first hear like "Shut up, I love you," they get a false sense of a masculine guy saying, telling his woman, "Hey, I got this." So shut up. But
Yeah.
it's actually the other way around. It's the guy who's trying to be tough, right? But he turns around and he's like thinking to himself, okay, what am I gonna do? I don't know what to do. How am I going to feed my family? And it's the girl who says to him, hey, don't lose your direction. Don't lose who you are. You are the one that we love, and we will stand by you. And so just stop saying those negative things because I love you. That's what the song is about, right?
Oh,
Yeah, so
wow.
it's about, people who love one another, and then, you're telling reality, the circumstances, let's say, to shut up, right? Hey, circumstances, you keep changing your mind. You know what I mean? Corona, you're here today, you're gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
And yet we feel like it's going to last forever, right? And we feel like it's not going to change. And so we're like, hey, circumstances, just shut up, right? Because what's real isn't you. You're constantly changing. What is consistent is our love for you, for one another. And I'm telling, the people out there, it feels like it's going to last forever. And I felt that way. And it just, the constant pressure that not only is around you, but you put on yourself. Right? That's the most difficult one. Right?
본인 자신한테 주는 이제 강박감.
네,
이 제일 심한
내가
거죠.
내 자신한테 주는 눈치.
그쵸.
그게 정말 그 죽음이에요. 네, 그래서 그랬는데 그것을 누군가가 옆에서 don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. That's not you. That's not how we think of you. Right? 그런 게 너무나도 필요해요. 그게 누군가가 옆에서 그것을 해주지 않으면 그냥 이렇게 누군가가 이렇게 그 어두움이 날 잡고선 땡기기 시작하면 그게 이렇게 그냥 쭉 땡겨 들어가지. 이걸 앞에서 누가 이렇게 잡아주지 않는 이상 내가 혼자 이것을 끊고 나올 수는 없어요.
그쵸.
네.
이제 점점 깊게 들어가면은 you can't get out of the darkness.
You cannot get out. 그리고 못 나오는 것뿐만이 아니고 나오기가 싫어져요.
그쵸. 그쵸.
그게 제일 큰 문제예요. 나오기가 싫어. 거기가 나의 곳인 것 같고 that's where I belong, you feel like, right?
Because you get comfortable there.
Yeah, you get comfortable there. And then 그러면 거기에서 있으면 그 싸움이 끝나요. 무슨 말인지 알겠죠? 그러니까 넌 실패자, 넌 할 수 없어. 오케이. 그거 받아들이. 오케이. 난 그냥 여기 있을래 그냥. 근데 그것을 you have to re-challenge those thoughts, right? And the circumstances and 그것을 하려는 것 자체가 정말로 혼자서 그게 안 돼요.
그쵸. 누군가가 필요한데 너무 좋은 것 같아요. 이 가사 자체가 shut up 말씀하신 것처럼 쉽게 오해할 수 있잖아요. shut up을 이 사람한테 하는 건데 이거를 상황한테
네,
안 좋은
그쵸.
상황 shut up.
네.
가만히
맞습니다.
있어.
그렇죠.
가만히 있어.
상황이 하는 얘기가 그거예요. 우리한테 하는 얘기가 나 너는 나를 이길 수 없어. 그리고 나는 영원해 이렇게 얘기를 하지만 너 상황은 영원하지 않아요.
맞아요.
굉장히 바뀌어요. 하루에도 12번씩 막 이렇게 바뀌는데
맞아요.
그거에서 그냥 그 상황이 내 머릿속에 이렇게 딱 박히는 거를 그 목소리한테 shut up. shut up. shut up.
너무 좋은 가사인 것 같아요.
네.
좀 색달라요. 저 이렇게 가사가 있는 노래를 들어본 지가 없는 것 같거든요.
네.
It's such a fresh way and a deep way to go in, especially during times like this.
Oh yeah. 네, 맞아요.
이
그래서
시대에 너무 딱 떨어지는 노래여가지고
네.
감사해요.
너무 감사합니다.
그러면은 이 곡을 만들었을 때 같이 작업한 분은 혹시...
val 가이나. val 가이나라고요. 제가 이제 그 3집 V2 앨범서부터 계속 이제 val하고만 이제 작업을 하고 있거든요.
So since the V2 album, you've been doing it with Val Gainer?
Right. And val 가이나 he's a very famous guitarist, musician. He he actually sold more albums in Russia than the Beatles.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah. So he's been famous his entire life, right? And it's really strange that I went to Val's recording studio to just because one of my hyungs was going over there to record an album. And I just went there because I haven't been in a studio for such a long time, right? And I just went there and then he was recording the song and then he was asking me, hey, can you, like lay down a verse for me? Right? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And then, so I went in and I laid the verse down, right? And Val was like, you know what? Dude, you should record his album, not your own.
Oh.
Right? And I'm like, what? Val, what do you see in me? Because, like, it was like, he was a rocker, right? He was like singing, blah, 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 blah. And then I was just like, singing like, just like with no tension in my voice, right?
아,
Just,
전혀 다른 느낌으로.
네, 전혀 다른 느낌으로 그냥 I was just like, no, 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 no. Well, and, and then Val's like, and I don't know what it was, right? He was just like, dude, you got to record his album. Right? And then he's like, no, his voice is not mature. He still sounds like a little kid.
전혀 아니에요.
Yeah. And then so Val was, I think he was saying, exactly. He still sounds like a little kid.
아,
His
그래서
voice, yeah.
약간 미소년 같은 그 느낌을 좋아하셨나 봐요.
Yeah. So Val was saying like, he sounds sincere. There's no fakeness in his voice,
아,
right?
진실 같은.
Yeah. So he was like saying, you should record his album, right? And it's like, oh no, his voice has to still crack. And, it has to age and blah, blah, blah. And then Val's like, okay, whatever, right? And then, so when I had a chance to, when I was ready or I wanted to make a demo tape, I had remembered Val and I went back to him. It was, some time had passed, right?
오랜 시간
And I said,
동안.
Val, I came here with that guy before and, do you remember him? He's like, yeah, of course I remember you. I was wondering if you could, produce an album for me. I was like, yeah, sure. I'd love to do it, right? And so Val and I started working together at that time. And then Val is not just a great musician, he's a great person, right? And so like I put him into a very particular situation where his partners, because he's running a studio, his partners wanted to record other artists who had a lot more money.
아, 그쵸. 이제
Right?
돈 많은.
예, 예.
그쵸.
다른 가수들이 돈도 있고 뭐 이런데 발이 나한테 돈을 훨씬 더 작게 받으면서 나하고 녹음을 하겠다고 얘기를 하니까 그 파트너들이 그것을 이해를 못하는 거예요.
그쵸.
예, 그래가지고 근데 발이 no, I like him. I wanna invest my time with him. And so 그렇게 했기 때문에 발이랑 나하고 이제 그 brotherhood 네, 그런 게 생긴 거예요.
We have a quick message actually. 다음에 코로나가 좀 잠잠해지고 나서 발 가이너 꼭 초대하셔서 같이 무대 하실 거죠? 이렇게 질문이 왔는데.
그럼요. 네, 발은 그 무대에서 평생을 보낸 사람이에요. 진짜 음악 천재예요. 그런 실력자인데 그 어떻게 발이 나를 예뻐해가지고 네. I don't know what it was. 나중에 한번 발한테 한번 물어봐 있어. 그때 뭐 내 목소리가 뭐 nothing special.
But I mean, sometimes you just click with some people. 어쩔 때는 그냥 통하는 사람이 있잖아요.
맞아요. Just Val and my meeting is like it's just meant to be. Right?
I agree. 지금 저희가 문자 하나 있는데
네네.
오빠 텀블러 안에 뭐 들어있는지 궁금해요.
Water.
Water.
Warm water.
그럼 공연 때 물을 많이 마시던데 하루에 물 얼마나 드세요?
저는 물을 재보지는 않고 그냥 마시는데 물을 좀 많이 마시는 편이에요. 네. 그러니까 예를 들어 especially like I drink coffee in the morning. When I drink coffee, I get so thirsty.
Of course.
네, 그래서 그냥 더 마시게 되고 그리고 신기하게 나는 before I go to bed, I get so thirsty.
Oh, I agree with you.
오케이.
그런 게 있죠.
네, 그래가지고 뭐 자기 전에 자꾸 물 마시면 화장실 가야 되는데 그래서 자꾸 물을 마시게 돼요. 네.
그러시구나. All right. Thinkerbell_Liz. Do you also have a plan to do book concert with your new photo book of maybe 2?
Oh yeah. I think that is kind of happen naturally. They'll ask me like, hey, what did you mean by this? And what did you mean by that? And I'll refer something, I would love to do something like that.
생각이
네네네.
있으시다는 거죠. 북 콘서트 들어본 적은 없는데 재밌겠네요.
네.
오늘 너무 재밌었어요.
너무 감사합니다.
아쉽지만 이제 인사를 해야 되는데 혹시 마지막으로 짧게 이제 올해 남은 계획이 있을까요? Do you have any plans for the rest of this year?
저는 계획이 나의 queens and kings, I call my friends and family, people who want to share, right? 나하고 이렇게 나누고 싶어하는 분들. 그러니까 저는 사실 제일 나눌 수 있는 것이 많다고 생각하는 것은 이제 사실 슬픔이에요. 근데 슬픔은 나누다 보면 그거 자체가 행복으로 되는 것 같아요.
So if you share sadness, that becomes happiness.
Yeah. Because what is happiness? Happiness is sharing. Sharing is happiness.
Sharing is happiness.
네. 그래서 슬픔도 나누면 happiness로 되는 것 같아요.
Very well put. Thank you so much for coming on to our show today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hopefully have you again soon.
Yeah.
All right. Unfortunately, that brings us to the end of today's show. Thank you so much for joining us today. And to those of you who are tuning in now, make sure you show a lot of support and love for his new song, Shut Up, I Love You. What a great song.
Thank you so much.